Friday, baby. We've made it to the end of the week. And I promise you, the under will hit today.
Oh, yeah?
Right? On the Family Shield, it's hitting today.
What's the line?
We'll let the Booster Club decide that.
Okay.
But no, it'll be 1.5, somewhere around there.
The answer is it doesn't matter.
You've been hot.
It mattered last week.
I can't blow it.
Mattered last week.
I can't blow it.
I don't even know who you are. I'm like the guy in Memento. I don't even know your name.
Yeah, he's Voldemort to me.
What's going on?
He must not. I'm just not even.
I don't know what Memento is, to be honest.
You should go watch that. You're a Christopher Nolan fan.
It's a great movie.
Go watch Memento
You haven't seen
tonight,
Memento?
and then call me on the phone and thank me.
I will.
Dude, speaking about seeing, I watched first couple episodes of Black Mirror.
Yeah?
So good.
Wait, what season is this?
6.
Season 6? And you are all caught up? You've seen every episode?
No, I don't think I've seen every episode of all the Black Mirror.
I saw the first
The
two
thing about Black Mirror is there's not like a storyline to it. Every
Yeah.
episode's different.
Sure.
So you're not really like missing parts of the story.
The first one was good. The second one, Lock Henry, wild.
Do they just get crazier and crazier?
Dude.
I watched the first couple seasons. That's our generation's Twilight Zone, man.
Dude, it really
wild.
is.
That is true.
It's nuts. That's actually, I've never really thought about it.
Yeah.
Like that. That's exactly right. Got a great show today. Got live calls 2 days in a row. Had it
love
yesterday. Talking obviously college baseball. I got the College World Series. Gonna hit every sport in rapid fire, and we're gonna play a little game of Survivor League in the College World Series. Survive! And then we're going to look at the hardest college football schedules. We're going to pick which ones. Excited about that. Make sure you give us a call, 1-855-236-3228. Hope you're having a great Friday. And let's get it kicked off, boys. The College Baseball World Series begins today. Rickie Fowler and Xander Schauffele each set U.S. Open records, dropping a 62-piece in the first round. And a soccer match between the United States and Mexico was halted due to anti-gay slurs. I'm Jake Crane. It's Flamin' Dragon Friday, and welcome to Crane & Company. The College World Series is finally upon us, and even though it is the most underrated postseason sporting event, all eyes will be fixed on Omaha for next week and a half, 2 weeks, somewhere around there. So it's prediction time. Now, before I tell you who's going to win this tournament, because the spidey senses are off the charts right now with my pick, this tournament has every storyline possible. You have your big dogs like LSU, Florida, and Wake Forest. Yeah, you heard that right. You have your Cinderellas in Oral Roberts and TCU. You have your comeback story in Tennessee, who failed to reach Omaha with their team of Blaze, Taser, Laser, and the rest of Globo Gym last year. They battled their way into it this year. But there can only be one winner, and that team will be TCU. Now, I know TCU didn't have the sexiest year statistically. Out of the field in Omaha right now, they have the worst opponent batting average and the second worst fielding percentage. But it's how hot you are at the right time. And they're hotter than a solar flare in a volcano in Arizona during the summer right now. They roasted Arkansas and Fayetteville and dispatched Indiana State in the Supers. And since the beginning of the Big 12 tournament, they've been handing out ass whoopings like candy during Halloween, outscoring opponents by an average of 11.3 to 3.7. Now, probably the craziest thing involved with the Horned Frogs is that they're being led by pups. On the bump, the freshman pitching duo of Cole Clicker and Luis Rodriguez have been super clutch. And at the dish, freshman Carson Bowen's been swinging a hot stick. And we all know what Trey Richardson did against Arkansas in the regionals. He's been on a complete tear. Now, they're also embracing the underdog role. And they have a pretty good first-round matchup against Oral Roberts, who somehow talked their way into the College World Series against all odds. So give me the Horned Frogs at plus 800 to win the whole thing. And even if they don't, this will still be a hell of a tournament. Guys, college baseball postseason's fantastic. I don't think it gets enough pub. Gets some. I don't think it gets enough pub. So we're going to pick, okay, who we think's going to win it. You already know I'm picking TCU. But we wanted to do a Survivor League.
Let's
Tone,
do it.
So I'm going to let you
So I got the DraftKings odds, okay? Got DraftKings odds up here, 1 through 8. Here's the order right now. We're going to go off the DraftKings odds. So Wake Forest is plus 275 to win the tournament. Makes sense. Number 1 overall seed, right? LSU plus 380. So that's the second best odds. Virginia and Florida both have plus 450, but we'll go with Florida at plus 450 since they came in with a higher seed. Virginia will be the 4 seed in our tournament at plus 450. Then you got Tennessee plus 750. Your TCU Horned Frogs plus 800. A lot of value right there. Stanford plus 1,200, and then Oral Roberts bringing up the 8 seed at plus 2,200. So we want to pick one team from each side of the bracket, right? That's how we want to do it. So,
aye, Captain.
Yeah. So who wants to start it off?
All right, so just a rule note here. And in the Booster Club, you guys tell us in the chat, comments on YouTube, Daily Wire, tell us who you like. We pick one from each side of the bracket. The way it works, it's a double elimination tournament. So whichever seed I pick, so if I pick TCU, who's 6, correct?
Yes.
At plus 800. Every win they get, I get plus 6 points.
And if they lose?
And if they lose, it's minus 6 points.
Okay.
So if I were to pick Wake Forest, every win they get is plus 1 point. Every time they lose, it's minus 1 point. So we're picking 2. So I'll kick this bad boy off. Give me TCU and give me LSU. I need that LSU bullpen to come through. We all know Paul Skeens, their ace, is just out there just throwing frisbees.
He's dealing.
All right, but give me TCU and give me LSU. That's what I'm riding into the night with.
I like it. B?
I'm going to go a little top and the bottom of the columns.
Little
here.
top
Give me
and
Rake Forest. Obviously, hit 9 home runs. Okay, right now they're absolutely destroying the baseball. And then I'm gonna go to the ones who know how to talk the language the best.
Yes.
Give me the boys at Oral Roberts.
Really?
Plus 2,200. I believe they played TCU first round.
They got TCU
first round. All right, so I'm gonna go Rake Forest. All right, the 1. And then give me Oral Roberts, the bottom, the 8.
Yeah. So here's how the seating is right now. TCU, Oral Roberts, Florida, Virginia, and then in the other bracket.
That's tonight, right?
Both of those are tonight. And then in bracket 2, Wake Forest, Stanford, and LSU, Tennessee. So I'm going to take Florida, which would be the 3 seed here, right? So that's in one region. And then I had slated to take LSU, but you're already taking LSU, and I don't want you blocking me from points. Should I go with Tennessee again?
You always go back to Tennessee. It's so funny.
They always
always gets let down, but he just keeps him. He's crawling back. He just crawls back.
Let's do it. Tennessee volunteers. Florida.
It's in stone. It's in stone. We'll figure out what the winner gets. We'll figure out something that the winner of the Survivor League.
Maybe one of these beautiful shirts.
And that is. Hold on. What seed is? So Tennessee would be
the 6.
No,
5.
5
in ours.
We got our Booster Club Hall of Fame shirts. Bry Ganter, we got one headed your way. Blaine, go and pull that bad boy down. Show it to the camera.
Nope.
No.
Doesn't count because this reason why. I appreciate y'all being on that button. One, we haven't said it yet.
We haven't said it yet.
I've even got my Flaming Dragon graphic.
Yeah, it's exactly right. We wanted to explain the rules of the Survivor League.
We haven't said it yet.
All right, before we do it.
It's going to be at 2.5.
It's going to be 2.5.
Little leeway today.
Take it off the board.
Wow. Okay.
Little leeway today. They're from the Booster Club's feel nice to y'all today, which we'll take.
2.5.
But this is the shirt right here. I mean, absolutely.
That is sick.
So if you don't know, I put out a Booster Club tweet. We retweet it. Every Crane Company account retweets it. The winner of each month. So it calculates all your units. And if we encourage memes, if your meme gets chosen for the tweet, for the post, whatever, then you get plus points in units added.
Did PJ design that shirt?
I don't know, PJ, did you design that shirt?
I was the lead direction, but I was not the artist who made it.
Nice work, though.
Okay.
That's really nice.
That's the roundabout way of saying no.
Yes.
I was
Are you kidding? I
involved,
told him
but
everything to do.
Yes, but no, but yes.
So sweet, PJ.
oh,
But-
also talking about shirts, our boy Swanee.
Yeah.
Took
Yeah.
the Texas Rangers gear over, man.
Yes.
He's hooking up the studio.
Well,
Appreciate it,
again,
man.
he's using your fandom, which I respect it.
Look, free
I don't.
gear is free gear.
Free
brother.
gear is free gear. We got some
That is
coming
true.
from our buddy.
As a Jaguars fan, I get it.
And now the studio's better for it.
It is.
That's exactly right.
It is.
All right, so as usual, David Cohn, former Michigan quarterback, here to my left, and it's Friday, so you know who's to my right. Play it.
This is flaming Flacco.
Bow to your sensei.
Bow to your sensei.
All right.
I am Dragon.
So now it's live. Now we're live. 2.5, right?
2.5.
Let's go, David.
can
Me and
do
you,
this.
bud.
Y'all blow
We can do
this.
Me and you. Nope, no
Come on,
shot.
it's Friday.
No shot. Got the demons out first. All right, we're going to get to the Booster Club, but first, guys, this Father's Day, let your dad unleash his inner grill master. Whether he prefers a sizzling steak or savory grilled chicken, look no further than the gift of meat from our friends at Good Ranchers. It's been the greatest gift for like 8,000 years. Okay, Good Ranchers offers ribeyes, New York strips, T-bones, all-natural burgers, and the most delicious chicken you could ever want. Plus, right now, you'll get $30 off with our code BOOSTER at goodranchers.com. Goodranchers.com, use that code BOOSTER. They offer a price lock guarantee for the next 2 years. All right, not sure how to grill a perfect steak? They have tons of recipes on their website, like our favorite, how to cook a steak better than Gordon Ramsay. Tag him in this. Good Ranchers has forgotten more than Gordon Ramsay knows. You're an idiot sandwich. All right, now whether your dad's a steak lover, a barbecue enthusiast, or just enjoys a good old-fashioned burger, Good Ranchers has something for everyone. So order today and make this Father's Day a sizzling success. You can't go wrong with this. All right, go to goodranchers.com. Use our code BOOSTER for $30 off any box. We got the Butcher's box last night. You know I've been eating healthy. Got the ground beef. Made our own version of a smash burger. Threw some onions in there. Threw a little bit of cheese in there and put it in a wrap. Reed wrapped it up. Was absolutely fantastic. I tell you, just everything Good Ranchers is throwing out there. I know you had some last night, too.
Not the ground beef. We had steaks last night. But at this point, man, my family's eating Good Ranchers like 5 times a week.
I know.
It's unbelievable.
I know. Good Ranchers is like sponsoring my life now. They're sponsoring. It's like my diet is Good Ranchers. Man. It needs to be your diet, too. GoodRanchers.com. Use our code BOOSTER and enjoy American meat. It's the best. Okay? All right. Booster Club.
All right, let's get it started off with the true OG Cole Frink.
Cole.
$5 donation, Cole. Thank you, brother. Yeah,
Wow.
he's in the money. Maybe he took that Mount Olson bet yesterday. So LeBron is mid.
Yes.
MJ's the GOAT.
Yes.
And Blaine is the man of the people.
Okay.
Hashtag Trader Joe.
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
Hashtag
Cole,
Trader
good job.
Joe.
2 out of 3. Congrats.
Let's go to Angelo DeRaymond. 6 donation, $6.15.
Nice.
Donation. He says, cigars are life here.
Yes.
This is my first show in a long time yesterday. My wife was giving birth to my first child.
Wow.
A boy.
Let's go.
Mom and baby are well. Coney, any advice for old Angelo?
Man, just soak it in. Be present, right there. I love to see you in the chat, brother, but just be right there with her.
Yeah, congratulations.
That's awesome.
And another one for the horde.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another one for the horde.
God, that's
Booster Club
incredible.
just keeps getting bigger.
They do.
Let's go to Mike RFF. It's a lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle.
$5 donation. What's up, fellas? How dare you assume my gender? Do I have a question? No. Is LeBron mid? Sorta. Is golf fun to watch? Despite what most people say, yes. And happy Flaming Dragon Friday.
Yes, happy FTF.
All right, let's go to Scott Barry. What's up, Scott? Good morning, BC. Good morning to you, sir. Guys, glad to see you live again. Happy Flaming Dragon Friday. A lot of Flaming Dragon Fridays in here. I love it. A lot of people are feeling bad to Cone because they're going to feel like you're going to blow it today.
I'm not blowing it today. Look, Ninja Focus. It's all in here. A lot of dedication, a lot of commitment, a lot of emotions. We're going to be good.
All right, let's go to Cole Frank with a question. Hashtag Ask Crane & Company. What's your favorite golf course you have played? And what golf course is on your bucket list?
Oh, man, it was the one we played during my bachelor trip.
Yeah, that one, man, that one was up there.
Look.
It's the best golf course I ever played.
Yeah, but both of them were. I mean, it was incredible. The one that Tiger designed was just absolutely nuts. I felt like I was playing the PGA video game. You remember that, the Tiger Woods PGA Tour game? Remember we were talking about that? I don't know why I'm looking at him directly and talking to him because that's making me want to.
It's okay. Hey, you're safe.
Right here.
I feel so safe when you do that, don't you?
It's like Betty and Barney Hill, like when they got abducted by the aliens. They're like, we couldn't move. That's how I feel.
So that was Paynes Valley, right?
Paynes Valley.
It felt like you were on top of the world. Or no, I'm sorry, Ozark National. I'm sorry.
The one we hit the golf ball off the back.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about Ozark National. It just felt like you were on top of the world. I think it was probably the most beautiful course I've ever played. And then like the most historic is probably East Lake. I got to play East Lake one time in Atlanta, you know, like where Bobby Jones hit his first hole in one, all that stuff. Actually, the hole that Bobby Jones hit his first hole in one on, I played awful all day. I don't need to tell you guys that, right? We're playing golf.
Wait, were we supposed to play good?
But that one hole, I think it was 10, the first par 3 on the back 9, piped a 7-iron up there to within 4 feet on the hole that Bobby Jones hit his first hole in one. Doesn't mean anything unless you make the birdie, though.
That's very true. Well, it's like I approach golf like Vince Vaughn in Dodgeball when she asked him, you know, when she go in the closet and there's all those files.
Yeah.
She's like, do you not have any like ambitions? And he's like, well, I realize if I don't set goals, then I'll
never be
disappointed.
Yeah.
See, that's how I've gotten with golf. You know, it's how
it's worked for
my
you.
life.
There you go.
Let's go to LL Vines. Said, I saw Wake Forest play at the ACC tournament last month when I was in Durham with my daughter for graduate school. Intensive week at Duke. Such a powerful team and extremely fun to watch.
They're complete. And you would not be crazy by picking Wake Forest. They're the #1 overall seed. But I'm just telling you, baseball, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. TCU just sneaking around with those blonde-headed guys. You just got to trust them. That Trey Richardson kid, if he heats up like he did in the regionals, it's going to be interesting. Now, LSU fans, look, I love Dylan Cruz. I love the lineup. I just don't trust the pitching outside of Paul. I just don't. I'm sorry. It worries me. I could be wrong. Who knows? But at the end of the day, I just don't trust it.
Let's go to Gibby the Great with a $5 donation. Gibby, thank you. I meant to say this yesterday, but I think a Texas and Tennessee rivalry would be awesome.
Yes.
A battle of the UT.
Yeah.
Right. No, look, see, there's so many offshoots. Like, this is why, in talking about the scheduling, and obviously this is college football, everybody talks about, oh, well, you have some of these, ancillary rivalries, peripheral rivalries, whatever you're going to call them, that we're not going to have every year anymore. You're still going to have them at some point, but you're going to create There's going to be rivalries that are created. Look at Oklahoma and Florida, right? Oklahoma and Florida is good. That's going to be fantastic. There's some that people don't even think about. So I understand that some people are a little bit upset. We're going to get into this a little bit later, but there's going to be new rivalries that are created. It's going to be there's going to be an explosion of new rivalries created in the SEC with these additions.
I agree with that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't remember LSU in Texas was chippy.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
look,
LSU was on their sidelines drinking out of their
Arkansas.
Gatorade before the game.
Yeah, like
Texas Arkansas is going to be something.
I mean, come on, you remember that game?
Texas Arkansas is
Fayetteville?
going to be something.
It's just,
to watch, man.
there's a lot of good that's going to come out of this. I just can't believe they made a sensible, common sense decision that benefited the fans at the highest level. I can't believe it.
All right, Quirks of Creation. She says Jake might be able to handle Flamin' Dragon Friday, but could he beat Cone in a pitch off?
So here's
this poll pissed me off. Yeah.
Okay, no. Here's the question: are we just saying? Because pitching is not just about who's throwing it the hardest. Like, do you have to be accurate?
Does it have to be a strike?
Does it have to be a strike, or like?
Or is it just the highest gun?
To me, it's again, even if you're throwing from the outfield, you still have to be accurate. Like, it's one thing. It's like Joe Milton right now. Dude can throw at 800 miles an hour. Can he throw a swing pass? I don't know. Does he have any touch? We're going to find out. But there's going to be a lot of questions to answer.
Maybe we do this. All right? Maybe we see who can throw the hardest, right? And then we pitch to each other.
How about we just pitch to a catcher?
Which of your shoulders is hurt again?
Yeah, I thought your shoulders was hurt.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't matter if it's hurt or not. You can throw harder than both of you.
No, you can't.
Is it the right shoulder?
I will put $100 down right now.
Yeah, we'll test it.
$100 down right there.
Let's just make sure you warm up a bunch first.
I'm going to
want that thing to be.
I'll bring the bands out there.
I want that.
Hey, I play softball every Sunday, boys.
Here's what'll happen.
Softball?
I'll tell you what'll happen. You ready? All right? No, this guy since Dave was born. Either he will throw it the hardest and be like, I told you so, or he won't and then blame it on his shoulder.
Okay.
So there's no scenario in which this guy isn't going to,
Either way, I said I'm willing to put money on it. So
I'm willing. That's fine. That's great. But we need to set up the parameters of what it is.
And I think it'd be a really fun segment.
I think it would be a really fun segment. And you know what else would be really fun?
What?
If when I go out to the grill and turn it on, it works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I want you right now, I just want everybody to just close their eyes, okay? Unless you're driving or anything important like that. I want you to, and Sean, I know you're mowing the grass. Don't close your eyes. Picture the perfect summer night. The warm breeze on your face as you lounge in your favorite chair outside. The grill sizzling, oh yeah, with juicy burgers. The aroma of food's irresistible, and your mouth waddles as you wait for it to be cooked to perfection. Now I want you to imagine what this summer night would look like if you went outside to turn on the grill and your propane tank is empty!
Oh, God, help me, please!
That's why our friends at Cinch come in clutch. Cinch is a propane grill tank home delivery service. They deliver propane tanks right to your door on your schedule, and they do not require any long-term commitment or subscription. Plus, delivery is completely contactless, so you don't have to be scared if anybody comes up to the door. You don't have to wait around at home, and you can track the order from the Cinch app anywhere. Now, Cinch is C-Y-N-C-H, okay? The perfect summer night would not be complete without Cinch. So go to cinch.com, C-Y-N-C-H.com, or download the Cinch app and use our promo code BOOSTER. Do you see the theme here with promo codes, right? So you never forget it. That's CYNCH.com, all right, and use our promo code BOOSTER to get your first tank exchange for just $10. CYNCH.com, promo code BOOSTER. This is a limited time offer, and you must live within a Cinch service area to redeem it. So either hurry up or move. Visit cinch.com/offer for details. Use that promo code BOOSTER, and you'll get an explosion of flavor.
I'm ordering some today because my grill gun came in.
No way.
The grill gun ordered in, so I'm going to get
I'm always disappointed when we don't have a Grill Blazer ad read on Fridays.
Yeah.
You want to just do it? You want to just do it? Just hit the gun. Hit it.
Where's the gun?
Where is it?
Oh, I found it.
And if you want your grill gun to work like this, get your propane tank from Cinch.
There it is.
Which is what I'm going to be doing
today. Then get your meat from Good Ranchers.
Look at that.
There it is. Uh-oh.
What?
Don't point that at me.
It's fine, dude.
Don't point that at me.
Flaming Dragon Friday.
Don't point that at me. I don't like that.
Don't let him bait you, Blaine or Jake.
Yes, thank you. Thank you,
Doesn't
control
count if I
room.
say it.
See, like,
Thank you, control room, who's secretly against me but pretending like they're not. Okay, let's get to rapid fire. We got call-ins today, too. 1-855-236-32... No.
Uh-oh.
1-855-236-3228. There you go.
All right, boys. Mike Leach is being inducted into the Texas Tech Hall of Honor. Man, still can't believe he's gone.
No.
R.I.P. Mike Leach, great friend of the show. It was always an honor to have him on. He was always really cordial, really funny, always himself. This is a great move from Texas Tech, and we know there was controversy with him at Texas Tech, but it's kind of coming full circle with what he was able to accomplish there. Again, just one of the best, one of the most genuine, and really a dying breed in society for people that are actually themselves. And just again to the Leach family and to Coach, who I know is up there watching right now. Congratulations on going into the Hall of Honor, and shout out to Texas Tech for doing the right thing.
So, do you think the other schools he coached at, Mississippi State or Washington State, will do something similar? For
I think Washington State for sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now Mississippi State
wasn't there long.
You know, he wasn't there long, but we know the impact he had. But I mean, Washington State, man, what he was able to do there, I think it's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah.
Has to be.
So, something. Because, man, he's just one of the best.
One of the best. You remember him with the bat?
I remember everything, man. Talking about laser pointer for my son, everything.
Yeah, dude, just that does. If you haven't seen those interviews we have with Coach Leach, go watch it.
We may need to run those again because SEC Media Days is coming up.
We will.
Maybe
We'll run it. We
honor.
need to have a best of Mike Leach.
That's a good idea.
Like highlight reel.
That's awesome. Did you guys hear about the United States-Mexico soccer match yesterday?
Okay, I need you to explain this.
So the match
this morning, I didn't even hear about this till this morning.
So the match, so United States is up on Mexico 3-0.
In soccer?
First off, there you go, shocker. And then at the referee's discretion, the match was called before the second half stoppage time because he heard anti-gay chants. And so I just have a lot of questions. This anti-gay chant that the Mexico national team does has been something that's been in the news for the last couple of years. So it's not just like a one-off. So I understand that. But also, if you can just say things, like if the fans can just say things and the game stops, why wouldn't the team that's up just start chanting random stuff and just get a game stop?
I don't understand stopping the game. Like to me, again, that's very counterproductive. You have fans that are kicked out. I mean, look at the NBA. You look at LeBron James wrong, he's going to kick you out of the arena. And I know it's a lot of people in unison or whatever, but just stopping the game, I don't get it. And this was played in the United States.
Yeah, referee Ivan Barton, who had already handed out 4 red cards in the game, paused the game in the 89th minute due to anti-gay chanting heard from the crowd at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas.
A soccer game in the 89th.
See, this is why you can't take it serious. This is why you can't take it serious. And we make fun of it sometimes because of this. You can stop the game because, now look, if fans are throwing stuff on the field, or there's a legitimate, like, physical emergency that's like going, like fans are storming the field and stuff like that, or like I saw in one of these soccer games, fireworks are getting shot on the field. I understand that. Stop the game. Hell, we watched, Ole Miss and Tennessee, have to stop the game because they're throwing mustard bottles and golf balls on the field. All right? They stopped the game. They didn't say, all right, the game's done. They ended up finishing it out. But this is just the most soccer thing ever. And apparently the little bit I looked up before, this anti-gay chant, it's about like a gay prostitute.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is. Something like that.
Well, I've watched plenty of soccer games where things get thrown all over the field, and they keep playing the soccer game. I can't remember what teams it was, but it was college basketball, I believe, where a student section was screaming Ukraine as a dude from Russia was on the free throw line.
Yeah.
Right? They didn't stop that game. This is just, it's super fishy to me. One, you said USA was up, 3-0?
Yeah.
I wonder what the spread was for this game, Ivan.
Well, here's the question. If the game was 1-0, would they have stopped it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, couldn't the team that's up just start either saying stuff, or you're talking about throwing things on the field? Can't you just like, hey, we're going to just get this game shut down?
Well, soccer.
I'm going to say something mean.
Soccer and gayness just go together, in my opinion, as one.
It's not even that. It's like, so if we're going to set this precedent, like, what would happen at the World Cup?
It never happened at the World Cup.
Mexico got fined from the last World Cup for this chant.
Okay, but they didn't stop the.
Well, fined is one thing. You get fined for storming the field too.
Yeah,
it's just
we'll take it.
This is
we'll
a
take
very
interesting
story here. It's this soccer just continues to find ways to.
Hey, but the USA was winning,
weird.
huh? How about that?
USA
yeah, let's see when it matters.
Yeah.
Operation Petadexterity.
Yep.
All right, let's go to the U.S. Open, boys, because
God, I suck at golf.
127 years of the U.S. Open, there's never been a round of 62 shot. Then yesterday, 2 rounds of 62 in the span of 3 groups by Rickie Fowler and Xander Schauffele.
First off, shout out to Rickie and Xander. Of course, I bet Rickie to lose head up to Max Homa, and he goes and breaks the U.S. Open.
That was still a good bet, though.
Record. It's about how it's going for me this month after winning last month. The question is this. Is this just a crazy anomaly? You know what I'm saying? Like finding the golden ticket to Wonka's factory in your chocolate bar? Like, or if it was one guy, I would consider that. But it's 2? Like, is this a bad look for the U.S. Open? Like, is it or is it just something crazy? Like, it just, to me, I went back and forth on this yesterday. I'm just hoping Phil Mickelson wins it because I sprinkled some money on him at plus 25,000. He's 1 under, still in it. But I couldn't go back and forth. And it wasn't like, a bunch of people shot 6 under and then 7 under and there was a bunch of 64s and 65s. Maybe it was just 2 guys got super hot.
Dustin, what Dustin end at? Dustin ended at like 6 under.
Well, the scoring average in the first round was 71.38. It's the lowest in the opening round of the U.S. Open in the past 90 years.
Whoa.
So, look, the course, it was gettable, and people went and got it.
These guys, and I was watching videos of what the course was. Just like they'll throw balls in the rough, they'll throw them on the green, you'll see how it's moving. As gettable it is, it's not easy.
No, nobody's saying it's
These
easy.
guys are just really good at the whole
nobody's saying it's easy.
Situation.
I want to know what golf fans think when we start taking calls here. And you know what? We need Sergio to call in.
Yeah, Sergio, call in. Rory shot 5 under. Bryson DeChambeau was 3 under. Scotty Scheffler ended 3 under.
Cannot stand that guy.
Our boy Harris English 3 under too.
Yeah, we'll see.
So a fun day. But here's my thing on Rickie Fowler. Would you take Rickie Fowler right now after this opening 62 leading? Would you take him or the field if your life depended on it?
Well, I have to look at the odds.
The field.
No odds. Your life depends on it.
I take the
to win the tournament.
I take the field.
You have to, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Just to know Rickie. I mean,
I don't trust Rickie in the 3rd and 4th round. I don't trust him, and I hate
it. Maybe this is the one. Though. I do too.
I like Rickie a lot.
Maybe this is the one.
Unless my life was on the line.
right now, Rickie's Xander has better odds.
I agree with that.
Rory has better odds to win it.
I agree with that.
And he's tied with Scotty Scheff right now at plus 650 to win it.
Scheff's plus 650?
Yeah, him and Rickie are plus 650.
You took TCU to win the College World Series and Scheffler to win this tournament and parlayed them? I don't think that'd be crazy.
You're a genius if you did that.
I don't think that'd be crazy.
I like that. All right, let's go to Major League Baseball standings just quickly because Tampa Bay hit 50 wins yesterday.
Yep.
First team to hit 50 wins. Again, the whole AL East, man, is just riding right now.
Well, I talked about this. They're the only division, okay? And I do got to give credit. You look at the AL West, they're pretty close, outside of the absolute flaming hot garbage that the A's are. I'll get to that. In run differential, everybody in the American League East, and what run differential is how many runs you've scored compared to how many you've given up. They're all in the positive. I mean, Tampa Bay's at plus 142 runs.
That's insane. Run
differential. Then you got the Orioles are plus 43, the Yanks are plus 43, the Blue Jays are plus 20, and the Red Sox are plus 1. In the AL Central, where the Twins are leading and the Indians are in 2nd, White Sox are in 3rd, the Twins have a plus 40 run differential, and then the rest is negative. Then you look at the AL West, the Rangers, David, have a plus 143 run differential, which is one better than the Rays, which is kind of crazy to think about. Then the Astros are in plus, the Mariners are in plus, and the Angels are in plus. The A's are minus 196 in run differential. That is absolutely awful. Then you go over to the National League. The Braves are the only team in the NL East that are in the plus in run differential at plus 77. Everybody else is in the minus. And the Cubs, that's how crazy this is. The Cubs are, this is how tight the NL Central is. The Pirates are up a half game over the Brewers, all right? The Reds are a game back, which is nuts. All right. And the Cubs are 3.5 games back, and the Cubs are the only team in the plus run differential at +4. But then you go down to the NL West, and every team is in the plus outside of the Rockies. So it's a pretty even overlay between the American League and the National League right now. But, I mean, it just looks like we are headed for a crash collision of the Rays and the Braves right now to me.
Yeah, it's just weird to see the Cardinals last place in the NL Central.
I know.
That division is all messed up right now. But again, can the Rangers keep this going in the AL West?
Well, we keep asking that question. They keep doing it.
And they're just good.
And this is without DeGrom now. Remember, DeGrom's hurt.
Exactly.
And look, I know the Rangers, we know who the Astros are, okay? And it's looking smarter and smarter, this Verlander decision to move on from them. They're sitting in second right now in the AL West. They're 3.5 games behind the Rangers. I think the Astros catch them. But you got the Angels right there. 4.5 games back.
Looking good.
We always talk about, them not doing anything. You got to move on from Shohei. They could get hot. We're not even to the trade deadline yet, boys. All right, so I'm very interested to see some of the moves that get made in some of these tight divisions as we get toward the trade deadline. Who's a buyer? Who's a seller? It's going to be pretty interesting.
Also, I can't wait to get CNN.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Oh, the Yankees again?
Yeah.
Also the Orioles, too.
They don't get talked about enough.
They don't. We talked about them last year.
They could be a problem in the playoffs.
Days, Mountain Castle,
Adley Rutschman.
I think it comes down to pitching when you look at the Orioles.
They're 43-25.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got the second best record in the American League. The two best records are in the AL East. The Rays are 50-22, and the Orioles are 43-25. I haven't seen the Orioles 43-25 since I started a dynasty with them on MLB The Show. That's the last time I saw that. The Braves are sitting here with the best record in the National League. # what's new? David.
Nothing new.
Nothing new.
Nothing new on that.
Exactly right.
All right, boys. Antonio Brown just won't go away. He refuses to go away. The National Arena League kicked the Albany Empire out of the league Thursday after team owner Antonio Brown failed to pay either a required fee or a fine he received after recent public comments. This is a quote here from the board of directors, I believe. After exhausting all avenues, the NAL Board of Owners have decided unanimously to terminate the membership agreement of the Albany Empire. The decision was reached after an emergency conference call of all the members in good standing to discuss the Empire's failure to pay their league-mandated and overdue assessments.
Man, this man is on the fast track to Shutter Island. This man, it
never stops.
It never stops. And it's all negative. Like, there's not one, it's not like, hey, man, the Albany Empire got kicked out of the Arena League, but Antonio Brown just raised, $20 million for charity. No, this dude is just falling off a cliff just as fast as human. And it's sad to see, right? It's sad to see, but you keep doing it to yourself. People tried to help you. Hell, Tom Brady let you live with them. I mean, this dude just is absolutely losing his mind. Seems like every week there's an update. Oh, Antonio Brown did this. Oh, Antonio Brown was caught running down the interstate naked or something.
Well, I think Antonio Brown legitimately has mental problems. Like, legitimately. It's only getting worse and worse. Like, I feel like he maybe 6 months needs to get watched over or put in a straitjacket or something. Because from this, the Tom Brady situation, from the situation in his house.
Turning into the Joker?
Yeah. Well, not even the Joker. The Joker is smart.
That's true.
Antonio Brown's, in my opinion, not smart.
So you think he just has mental problems? It's not this that he's a bad guy and causes problems.
No, I think he has legitimate mental problems.
A lot of people blame it on that Vontaze Burfict hit.
Yeah, I think CTE would be something to look at for sure.
I think it can be a factor, but at the end of the day, man, I mean, like, eventually it's on you. Like, and I know, obviously, mental problems we know is a very real thing, but like at some point, do you want help? It seems like everybody's tried to help you. Like, do you want help? Like, will you accept help?
Seems like no.
No, that seems like the answer to me.
How much money would it take for you guys to play for Antonio Brown's Arena League football team? Well, there's a number out there.
I need that money to be in the bank.
Yes.
I need to watch that money. I need to watch that wire transfer.
1 year.
I need you to sort.
1 year.
How many games?
You can't quit because the money's been advanced.
How many games are there in their seasons?
David. 15.
How much would it take just to deal with Antonio Brown for a year?
Yes.
$1 million.
You do it for $1 million?
$1 million. I do it for $1 million.
1.5. 1.5.
1.6 for me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, 1.6.
Actually, I'm going to change mine. I think 1.7 for me.
Man, while we're talking about guys causing problems, Conor McGregor, again, we talked about him knocking out the Heat mascot the other day. Well, while he was down there, now he's being accused of sexual assault while he was at the Heat game. Is this another example?
Wait. While he was at the Heat game?
Yes. Did you hear about this?
Not with the mascot. Because he physically assaulted the mascot.
He put him in the hospital.
What a night.
Yeah. Someone came forward and is accusing Conor McGregor of raping a woman at the NBA Finals game, and that the Miami Heat security was in on it, like forcing her in a bathroom. I'm just telling you what I heard.
Okay. That's the security was in on it. Yeah, that's hard for me to wrap my mind around. I need more information to come out there, but we know stuff like this, happens, but there's also stuff that gets made up. So I need more information.
Here we go. This was Game 4, I guess, in Miami. According to letters obtained by, let's see, this is either TMZ Sports, I think. At one point during the evening, Conor McGregor violently sexually assaulted a woman inside of the men's bathroom. This is, again, allegedly from a letter that was sent here from this woman's attorney or whatever. In the letters, Mitchell claims that NBA and Heat security helped separate the woman from her friend and then forced her into the restroom that McGregor and his security guard were already inside of.
That sounds just super fishy to me, to be honest.
I don't know.
I'm going to have to...
I'm skeptical hippo on that until I get more information.
I think Moore's going to have to come out until I comment on it.
Yeah.
Mitchell says security refused to let the woman exit or allow anyone else in, including her friend, inside the bathroom. The lawyer then claims McGregor emerged from inside the handicap stall and violently kissed the victim's mouth aggressively.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna need some more evidentiary support than.
Well, they got to have camera footage, obviously.
Yeah.
Right. If it's in the arena. So once that comes out, I feel like we can really start to comment on it. Other than that, you just these days, like, I wouldn't be surprised either way.
Yeah.
If it was true or if it was false.
Okay, let's move on. You sent me this video of the Rubik's Cube. Was this a world record?
Yes.
This was a world record?
This is a world record. We're going to show this video. If you're on audio right now, look, I don't know anything about a Rubik's Cube other than it's just the most confusing thing I've ever been associated with. But this kid put it together in like 3.7 seconds. Okay?
The whole Rubik's Cube.
So I want you to just watch this video. This is him getting prepared. He's going to lift up the box, see the Rubik's Cube, look at it, examine it, put it down, and then go absolutely X-Men on this thing in a second. So let's go and play this clip. All right, so he's getting warmed up right there. It's all right, they lift the cover up. It exposes the Rubik's Cube. He's looking at it. The computer's working. Beep, boop, beep, 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 boop, 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 beep, beep, beep. All right, he sees it. He understands it. Clock has not started. He puts the Rubik's Cube down. He closes his eyes. Ninja focus. Here we go. Bam, 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 bam. Boom! 3.1 seconds. I was wrong. 3.1 seconds.
Way.
Somebody give this guy some tools to build something for us. United States citizen?
I need
United
to check
States
the
citizen?
authenticity
Go
of this
touch
video.
go touch some grass.
No, look.
So go out.
Chicks are into that, man.
The thing about me
you
is this.
You want to see? You think your party trick's great? Oh, we're hanging out, house party. Oh, cool, man. You can do a funny impression. Oh, hey, man, you're super flexible. How about we get Johnny in here to put a Rubik's Cube together blindfolded in 3.1 seconds?
You'll pull a lot of chicks doing that.
Watch. Watch.
But the thing about
you know
me
how
is
much money he'll probably make
The
for
thing
that?
about me is this is like
At least 50.
what makes
At least $50.
Yeah, what makes me mad about this is I think the clock should start once you take the cup up.
Right?
Because he's
looking at
he's
it.
solving it already in his head while he's looking at it.
He's working.
Right? He's like, that's what he's doing. So when the cup comes up, then you go, right? You're already solving the Rubik's Cube in your head to the turns that you're going to do. So,
Wait,
shouldn't that when the clock should start?
Well, wait a minute. So that's like saying that people in the dugout shouldn't watch the other pitcher warm up because you're already seeing his pitches. Like, are you really hating on the guy who put the Rubik's Cube? Are you? Only you.
I'm not hating.
Would find a way to somehow disavow this dude putting together a Rubik's Cube in 3.1 seconds.
I don't know why you're just so on this guy's side, to be honest.
I don't know why you're so against him.
Only I'm saying is you're solving it.
I need to see it in person. I'm sorry. We need to get him here. No, I don't.
You want to get him to do it
video.
here?
Video.
That's fine.
Deep fake.
Deep fake.
Oh, here we go.
You want deep? I'll get you a deep fake by 3 o'clock with nail polish.
I really hope they're not using deep fake technology on Rubik's competition.
You never know.
You don't know.
They're
You just said it. You just said it yourself.
They're putting weights in fish.
There was $50 on the line.
There is
You just said it
$50 on the
yourself.
line.
Yeah.
I need him in studio. We need that guy, and I want to see the 3.1 seconds.
Well, he looked prepared, and I will never get mad at somebody for being prepared. And if you want to be prepared when you're buying a new car, because we all know it can be a stressful experience for anyone, especially if you're a first-time buyer or you have no credit, whether that's money credit or street cred, before you walk into a dealership and spend the entire day with crowds, stress, and potential to not even find the right car, you need to check out Carzing, okay? That's Carzing. If you're browsing online for your dream car, I'm telling you, Carzing.com, it's the move. It'll completely change the way you buy a car online. It's your scouting report. We're sports fans here, right? You want to put together the best game plan? You better know what's going on. You better know the market. You better know what you're looking at, and that's how they get you ready. It's changing the way you buy a car online. They provide you with everything you need before you even step foot into the dealership. And look, you can instantly pre-qualify online without affecting your credit score. You get instant financing details, including what your down payment would be, your monthly payment, term, and APR, and it puts you several steps ahead of other buyers. So once you find the right car at your ideal budget, all you have to do is bring your Save Deal voucher with you to the dealership to finalize your next ride. It's very simple. Even if you're not in the market for a new car, you should check out Carzing anyway. It's like window shopping. You just poke around and see what's available. You get to know what's up. They help make the experience faster, cheaper, and less stressful. So visit Carzing.com, all right, Carzing.com/booster. Okay, Carzing.com/booster today to skip the guesswork and find the best deals near you. That's Carzing.com/booster. Check that out. Also, we have calls 1-855-236-3228. And if you haven't gotten a Flamin' Dragon candle yet, you need to get that. We have a bunch of merch. It's almost sold out. Go buy the rest of it because we got some really good ideas. We want to throw some new stuff in there, including a Flaming Dragon shirt that I know all you guys will want.
My candles came in yesterday.
I love it.
Ordered some Crane and Company candles yesterday.
Yeah, the Get Off My Lawn's a really good seller.
Ordered a couple of those too. Now I got to order the Flaming Dragon.
Yes. Get it in your life. All right, Booster Club. We're going to get to college.
Let's go to Spy Guy 024 with a $5 donation. Thank you, Spy Guy. Morning, boys. Morning to you and the rest of the Crane and Company crew. Question for the boys is Nelson Cruz a Hall of Famer? Why or why not?
Let me look up these stats. Look, this is always, past couple years, this has been one that a lot of people have thrown around. I would say just off the cuff, before I even look at the career stats, I would say no.
Career 274 batting average.
Yep.
2,000 hits.
He's had 462 homers.
1,300 RBIs. 84 stolen bases.
It's just not, he's not a Hall of Famer to me. Like, and he's hit some big home runs, obviously, but I just, maybe my standard for the Hall of Fame is, I don't think too high, but it's just, and you know, Deion Sanders actually talked about this in the NFL. Like, they're letting too many guys in the Hall of Fame. Like, you don't want to water it down. Like, to me, the Hall of Fame there should be 3 variables, okay? 1, I think off the field matters. I do think it matters. Okay, not saying you have to be a Boy Scout or an Eagle Scout or help every old lady across the street, but you can't be O.J. Simpson or like Michael Vick or any of this stuff. I think it matters, okay? Number 2, obviously, statistically, you need to hit the threshold of what it needs to be. I think there needs to be a true threshold of this amount if you play this position, this amount, this amount, this amount. And number 3, man, I think championships are postseason success. Not saying you have to win a championship. You look at Dan Marino; he's obviously a Hall of Famer. I think you have to be able to have something at least in the postseason to hang your hat on. Because I think being a Hall of Famer does include coming through in the clutch in the postseason. I think that is a part of the DNA of a Hall of Famer in my eyes. So I think he's close. I know he's been playing in the league, it seems like, for 50 years. And he could get there. But I'm going to say right now, no.
I think I agree.
Well, I think it just comes down to what's your thoughts on how much off the field matters, right? Because, I mean, statistically, yeah, I mean, you can put him in there. He served a 50-game suspension for PEDs. But what guys in the Hall of Fame, like right now, like, is Michael Irvin in the NFL Hall of Fame?
I believe so.
Yeah.
And multiple charges against him. He was the, I don't know why, one of the best DNs ever to play, Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor.
Now,
Lawrence Taylor, okay.
got in trouble multiple times.
Yeah, but are we talking about, and I'm not downplaying drugs, but I think there's a big difference between what Michael Vick did and what Michael Irvin did. Like, you have a drug problem.
Okay, so what's the line?
I think that the line is, now this is personal for me. This isn't some groundbreaking law that just got put in by governing bodies in sports. But to me, I think if there is a physical crime, something like that. Now you could sit here and say the distribution of drugs, I think is one thing. But if you have a drug problem, we see this all the time with guys in the league. I mean, you look at Josh Gordon. Let's say Josh Gordon had Hall of Fame numbers. You're not going to put him in for smoking weed?
Well, I don't consider weed a drug.
Well, okay, that's.
It goes back to what's the line?
The whole Steelers team is doing cocaine before the Super Bowl, and most of them are in the Hall.
It's off the field, right? That's off the field stuff.
Yes, but there's levels to off the field. Like if you got
It's also like after you've been inducted too, makes it even
true.
more complicated. Like if you're inducted before you get in trouble.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess it's a really blurry line whether or not to get in the Hall of Fame or not. Every voter is going to be different. So there won't be people who consider Nelson Cruz because of the PED thing. Like,
and I understand that.
Yeah. So
I get that.
So it's just confusing to me, like, what's acceptable and what's not acceptable when it comes to making it in the Hall of Fame.
Well, I feel like, again, if we're going to sit here and say, well, okay, Pete Rose bet on his team to win, but we're going to allow this guy in the Hall of Fame who cheated, like, on the field, like, that doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. But
like, how can you explain that?
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Like, so what does he say? Like, explain it to me like I'm 5. Okay, now explain it to me like I'm 3. Just doesn't make sense.
Let's go to DY's 188, $10 donation. Appreciate it, DY's. He says, good morning, Booster Club. A new member of the club joined us yesterday.
Yes.
Mama and baby are doing well. I hope everyone's doing well. And fellas, hope you have a good rest of the show. Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Let's
a lot
go.
of people out here having Booster Club.
Let's go. What happened 9 months ago?
Let's go to Colson Duggins, $5 donation. Appreciate it, Colson.
Thanks, Colson.
Question, why is soccer the only sport where the teams have lame names? A, because soccer sucks. You know who loves soccer? The French.
Here we go.
Right, Jeff?
I thought we were going to be able to make it. I thought we were going to be able to make it the whole show without the French reference. We got through Cole. We got through Cole's donation without it being said, but Colson, look, I'll say this once again. The only thing I said, the 2 things that the French do better than us, baked ribs, really food in general, okay? Like the freshness of it. And if you've ever had it, you know exactly what I'm saying. Baked ribs, okay? Not grilled ribs. Baked ribs and fashion. Those are the 2 things.
Well,
I'll stick with cowboy boots.
Yeah. You know what? Y'all make this, like, y'all turn this into something. I love cowboy
Bring in the bald eagle.
I love cowboy
Bring in the bald eagle.
Y'all are the worst.
Let's go to Heartbroken Hog, $5 donation. Happy Flaming Dragon Friday, everybody.
Yes.
Since Shannon Sharp has left FS1, is there any chance y'all get him on the show? And also, will y'all do a live NBA draft show?
Ooh. Live NBA draft show? Possibly. Shannon Sharp? Man, I don't know if Shannon would come on. Like, I don't really have a... Look, Shannon, I think, plays the race card too much. I do think he does that. But outside of that, like, I've really never had a problem with Shannon. I like Shannon more than Skip. Skip. Listen, Skip. No, I like Shannon a lot more. I'd love to have Shannon on here. Hell of a player.
Let's go to
Savannah State.
There you go, baby. Let's go to James Stalling, $2 donation. Thank you, James. Whoever had Olsen a home run last night is a genius. Thank you, sir.
What were the odds on that you hit?
Plus 470.
Well, he had the Braves money line on top of it.
I did. Let's go to Cole Frink, $2 donation.
Oh, no!
Hashtag Trader Jake.
No!
America is the king of barbecue. All ribs. Grilled, baked.
Cole Frink.
Upside down and shake.
Cole Frink.
What?
He just gets it.
Cole is a man of the people.
Yeah.
You know what else? You know what? Go ahead. Just keep reading.
No, what else?
No, just keep reading.
What else, dude?
No, keep reading.
Say it.
No, I'm not.
All right. Let's go to Cody Williamson, $5 donation. Thank you, Cody. What is each of your average score in a round of golf? Are you trying to piss me off? I just got into the game, grinding to break 100. The game is hard, but the show is great.
Thank you. And the game is super hard and expensive, yet we keep playing it. Shout out Will Ferrell. I would say my average score when I'm playing good is...
when I'm playing good. My average when I'm
my
playing
average
good.
when I'm playing good.
Yeah.
I'd say my average is around anywhere from... If we're getting a mully on each side...
And here we go.
Getting a mully on each side. Probably around
say 78.
86.
Stop the cap!
86.
Stop the cap!
86.
Cap! No.
I said a mully on
Well,
each
if I'm
side.
playing really
the
good and I
cap,
get a
dude.
mulligan on every hole.
Four-man
and
scramble.
I can shoot 86.
I'm breaking them.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's the goal. Well, first of all, my goal is to finish the golf course, right?
Without
Not
passing
crash
out.
the golf cart. Don't pass out on 16.
Well, I'm really good. I'm really good in between about 3 to 6 beers.
Okay.
Before that and after that, it's a who knows.
I'm really
It's a
good.
waiting
Like
game.
I'm really good until we get to the first hole.
Yeah.
Right. Before that,
Because you look
I'm
good.
great in the clubhouse.
You're warming up.
I'm
the
great in the
fits
clubhouse.
are nice.
Right?
You got the new
Yeah.
hat.
Yeah, like I'm on the range, just hitting great.
Brand new Pro V1s.
Yeah.
But you know what? Regardless of how good or how bad I play, my skin is always fantastic. Just
Tell
like
him,
your
boss.
alien skin, David. You want to know why? Because the biggest summer secret to great-looking, glowing summer complexion, it's Genucel skincare for men or women. That's right. It's great having skincare products from our friends at Genucel, Genucel. Sun, humid, dehydrated skin covered in dark spots, and even puffier bags under the eyes are a problem for all of us, except David. Genucel's beautifully created Summer Essentials package is a limited edition package that includes our one-of-a-kind Ultra Retinol Super Moisturizer. The Ultra Retinol is a powerful plant extract alternative to retinol without the harsh side effects and is perfectly safe to use in that summer sun. Plus, you'll get Genucel's classic skincare therapy for under-eye bags and puffiness and concentrated vitamin C serum to nourish your skin for visibly clear complexion with a glow that will get compliments everywhere you go. That even rhymed. All right, I like the dark spot corrector. All right, because in my family, we tan very quickly.
We do
All right,
that.
we tan very, very quickly. And, I don't want them to start asking questions about, what happened or where I went. So I love the dark spot corrector for all the time I spend outside in the summer, chasing around the golf ball in the woods. So go to genucel.com/booster. That's GENUCEL.com/booster right now. Helps out the show, helps out them to get your Genucel Summer Essentials package. And just for the summer, every subscription order includes a customized summer spa gift box.
Gift bag.
Absolutely free. Face bag. That's Genucel.com/booster. Genucel.com/booster. You got skin in the game. Let's
Look
get
good,
the
play
schedules.
good, man. Look good, play good.
Basically, you're walking spa.
All right, there's a lot of news coming out about 2024 football schedules, but this is 2023. So I thought, let's compare some schedules this season coming up. And I want to start with the two USCs.
So we're going to pick the hardest one, right?
Which schedule is tougher?
Okay.
We're going to start with the USC. Southern Cal versus South Carolina. You guys ready for the schedules?
Yes.
No.
I do want to say, call in 1-855-236-3228. We can talk
Need
about
a
anything,
button.
including we're giving away great dating advice right now.
All right, we're going to start with Southern Cal. All right. San Jose State, Nevada, Stanford, at Arizona State, at Colorado, Arizona at home. That's the first 6, all right? Now here's where things get a little tougher. On the road at Notre Dame, Utah at home, at Cal, Washington at home, at Oregon, and they end with UCLA at home. That's Southern Cal.
That is the definition of a bottom-heavy schedule.
Bottom heavy. But do you want to hear South Carolina's? Because it's tough throughout. Open with North Carolina at home. Then they get Furman at home. On the road at Georgia. Mississippi State at home. On the road at Tennessee. Florida home. At Missouri. At Texas A&M. Jacksonville State home. Vanderbilt home. Kentucky home. And then Clemson home.
Yeah, it's South Carolina. South Carolina, I think that's close.
That's a tough one.
That one's that. You got North Carolina and Clemson,
Yep.
and then an SEC schedule.
Yep.
Yeah, it's South Carolina. But Shane Beamer's looking at that 2024 schedule like Birdman right now.
Some South Carolina fans weren't happy with
I don't know.
They don't
Well,
like to
it's
see
here's
Georgia
the
go up.
thing. Yeah, you're thinking like a fan.
Yeah.
Like you want 10 wins? You want to get 10 wins? Shane Beamer and them probably doing somersaults and backflips in the office when they saw that 2024 schedule. No Georgia? No Florida?
Well, then don't complain when the stadium's half empty.
No, that stadium
That's
ain't
the
gonna be
thing.
half.
No,
That stadium ain't gonna be
I'm
half
just saying.
empty.
I'm just saying hypothetically for teams. If you want to play the easiest schedule and win the most games, then don't be upset if the fans don't come out.
Well, to me, that's out of his control because they're still playing Clemson. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
But if I'm
talking about for any coach.
Like Jonesy, one of our guys that works here, big South Carolina fan, was upset about the schedule because there's not some teams they typically play on it. But I'm telling you right now, Shane Beamer and the guys in that coach staff, and they won't say it publicly because they don't want people to think they're afraid to play anybody. And I'm not saying they're afraid to play anybody. I'm going on the Spurs Up show today. All right, I'm not saying they're afraid to play anybody, but you got dealt a good hand.
Yeah.
You know what you do when you get dealt a good hand? You take those chips and you go all in.
Man, I don't know.
What are your thoughts?
What do you mean you don't know?
Like, I don't feel like this is just the easy to look at. You got, if you're USC, all right, you got Notre Dame, Utah, Washington, Oregon, and I would say UCLA.
UCLA's not going to be that good.
Still a rivalry.
I don't think they're going to be bad. You think UCLA is going to be bad?
I think they're going to be average.
All right, those are the five.
You lose Charbonnet.
Those are the five.
You lose that white witch they had running around.
But who's still there? Who's still there coaching that football team?
No, Chip Kelly's a good coach. But guess what? Chip Kelly's ass ain't catching a pass.
Those are the five, all right? Then you have Georgia,
Clemson, North Carolina, Tennessee.
We'll see what Tennessee is this year with Joe Milton.
And North Carolina.
Hold on. So UCLA is going to be fine.
I think
Tennessee is they suck.
You're both doing what? You're both breaking a new quarterback. One was a 5-star, highly recruited out of high school.
I would rather
one's
play
a guy
UCLA
who's transferred who can throw it 3,000 yards but can't throw a 5-yard.
You would rather play Tennessee than UCLA. Where's that game?
I feel like it's a pick 'em. It's at Tennessee.
Southern Cal.
So that would be the difference.
Yeah,
that would be the difference.
Yeah,
and then Clemson.
That.
So I don't think you can look at Texas A&M. We don't know who Texas A&M is going to be this year.
You do.
Yeah, they're going to be overrated. I promise you that. You go to Missouri on the road. Who's afraid of that? Nobody. I mean, so I think the 5 hardest games when it comes to USC, it's close to South Carolina, I believe. If anything, the difference to me would be North Carolina. That would be put it over the edge for me to go South Carolina's harder schedule.
Man, I just look at the out of conference and Notre Dame. We don't know what Notre Dame's going to be.
Well, that gets us to Notre Dame because I want to compare Notre Dame to Utah now. And here's Notre Dame's schedule. Navy broke rule. They broke rule number 2 for you.
They broke rule off non-conference scheduling rules. Remember, one, never play a religious school. Nobody fights harder for longer than the guys who think they're playing for the afterlife. Second, never schedule a triple option team. Never do it. I don't care if it's Bishop Sycamore. Don't touch it.
All right, Navy, Tennessee State, at North Carolina State. That's interesting. Central Michigan home, Buckeyes home, at Duke, at Louisville, Southern Cal at home, like we said, Pitt at home. So Notre Dame goes on the road to Clemson. They get Wake Forest at home. Then they end all the way on the road at Stanford. All right, that's Notre Dame's schedule. And now we got Utah. We know they open with Florida at home, at Baylor, Weber State, UCLA home, Oregon State on the road, Cal home, at Southern Cal, Oregon home, Arizona State home, back-to-back on the road, Washington and Arizona, and then Colorado home.
God, that's tight.
Washington.
That's tight, but I'm going to go Utah because of the depth of the Pac-12. And I know that Notre Dame's playing USC, and Navy's tough.
God.
The Buckeye and Clemson match.
You got Clemson, Ohio State, and USC.
But look at Utah's non-conference. They're going to open with Florida and Baylor back-to-back.
The at Baylor is going to be tough.
Florida and Baylor back-to-back.
I don't
still play USC, Oregon, and Washington.
I don't think you'd be wrong picking either of these. Those are two. And look, I'm interested to see what Sam Hartman does. I'm a big Marcus Freeman guy. I hope they get it rocking and rolling up there. That's tight. That was a good pick.
Who's NC State going to be this year after Devin Leary's gone? He's at Kentucky now. I mean, they're going to have a good defense, but if you saw their quarterback play last year, I really didn't believe what he's going to.
Well, no, they got who came in for a quarterback?
I'm trying to remember.
NC State. No, they got
because obviously Leary went to Kentucky.
Brennan Armstrong came in from Virginia.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Brennan Armstrong, the lefty.
I like him. He's nice. Flaming.
But is he any better than Devin Leary was?
No.
But Devin Leary didn't do anything.
That's my point. Is he better than him? And that team couldn't do anything with Devin Leary at quarterback.
Yeah, I think
they lost a lot. Brennan's
a lot better runner. Brennan's a lot better runner.
NC State lost.
Brennan Armstrong's an NFL quarterback now.
And the thing about the Utah, I mean, the at Baylor and the at Oregon State. We'll see what DJU is this year. But Oregon State's an extremely well-coached football team.
Yeah.
And it's hard to win.
Yeah. All right, let's move through these here. The battle of the OSUs, Oklahoma State and the Buckeyes here. Let's go with, hold on. All right, Buckeyes schedule. At Indiana, Youngstown State home, Western Kentucky home, at Notre Dame, Maryland, on the road at Purdue. They get Penn State at home. Then they go on the road to Wisconsin and Rutgers back-to-back. Michigan State home, Minnesota home, and then on the road in the Big House at Michigan. So that's the Buckeyes. And then Oklahoma State. Here's Oklahoma State, Central Arkansas, at Arizona State. Your boys, the alma mater, South Alabama at home, at Iowa State, Kansas State home, Kansas home, at West Virginia, Cincinnati and Oklahoma back-to-back at home. Then you go on the road to UCF, on the road to Houston, and then BYU at home.
I'd say Ohio State.
I'd go Ohio State.
I mean, you're at Notre Dame. You're at Michigan.
Yeah, and Penn State at home.
You're at Purdue. With Hudson Card.
Well, I think a lot of it, and I don't want to disrespect, obviously the alma mater. I love what Kane Womack's doing there at South. That's not going to be a walk in the park, but, I think Oklahoma State's non-conference schedules. I mean, you got what, Central Arkansas?
Mm-hmm.
You said, read it again, the non-conference.
You got Central Arkansas, Arizona State, and South Alabama.
Yeah. You got to go Ohio State.
Yep. All right, last one here. Penn State against Florida State.
Ooh.
Here's the Nittany Lions.
Okay.
West Virginia, Delaware, at Illinois, Iowa, at Northwestern, UMass, at the Buckeyes, Indiana home, at Maryland, Michigan home, Rutgers home, at Michigan State.
Okay.
All right, that's Penn State. And here's Florida State. We know they open with LSU. This game's in Florida, but it's technically not a home game. But LSU at the top. Southern Miss, at Boston College, at Clemson, Virginia Tech home, Syracuse home, Duke home, at Wake Forest, at Pittsburgh, Miami home, North Alabama home, and then at Florida.
I get Penn State has Michigan and Ohio State on the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. But I've got to go Florida State here. That LSU game, that's top 5 matchup. That's top 5. I think it puts it over the top. You go to Clemson, which is going to be tough. You got some of those games in the ACC against the middle of the pack and a couple of the bottom feeders. What's Miami going to be this year?
That's a question.
That's a big question mark. I'm going to go Florida State. I'm going to go Florida State by a little bit.
Just, you don't know what certain teams are going to be. What's Wake going to be like this year?
Yeah.
After Sam transferred to Notre Dame. Pitt's always a tough place to win at.
Mm-hmm.
They're a well-coached football team. Clemson's not easy, but then you go to Penn State. Going to the road to Illinois is not an easy win. Well, extremely well-coached football team. I know they lost a lot, but they're going to be pretty damn good this year. Going to Maryland, we'll see. At Michigan State, who is Michigan State going to be this year?
I think Mel Tucker is going to be out of Michigan State.
I'm asking the same thing of Florida. What's Florida going to be when Florida State has to play them, but still a rivalry game? And then the same thing with Michigan State. Michigan State's going to creep up and beat someone.
That first game for Florida State, man, it's just...
Well, it's the ultimate insurance game. It's the ultimate insurance game for Florida State and LSU. It buys you a loss if you win, and if you lose it and handle your business out after that, it's a great loss early in the season that isn't going to cost you. So,
I'd go Florida State as well. I think.
All right, let's go calls.
Jack, Spy Guy, 024 in Minnesota. What's going on, Jack?
What's up, Jack? Jack, be nimble. Jack, be quick. Jack, pick up the phone.
Jack, did you hang up?
Jack,
where's your beanstalk?
All right, how about Kirk in Canada?
Skyhook.
Do we have Kirk in Canada? Do we have anyone on the lines?
I hear something. Hello.
Kirky. Yeah, Kirk's here. How you doing?
Hey, bud.
Kirk.
What's up, dude? Kirk.
So,
go ahead.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Excellent. I apologize. Listen, I wish I'd have called in about 2 months ago when the playoffs started, and I would have looked at the rosters and said, the most Canadians in the Western Conference is the Vegas Golden Knights, and the most Canadians in the Eastern Conference is the Florida Panthers. So, obviously, we wouldn't have the Vegas Golden Knights beating the Florida Hurricanes in the Stanley Cup Final.
Yeah, no, again, it's we joke around, hey, it's Florida versus Las Vegas and the Stanley Cup Finals, but I will say that's when you get caught up in. It's not like all the players are from Las Vegas. Like this isn't like all-stars in Little League baseball where they're like, all right, hey, all the kids who live here are playing all the kids who live there. Obviously, the Canadians lead the way when it comes to hockey, but an expansion team wins it. And it worked. The formula for expansion teams in the NHL, it works.
How long have the Knights been out? It was 2018 when the Knights started.
I believe that sounds right.
Their fourth season, fifth season. I just wanted to. Next time I call in, I don't want to take up all the time. Next time I call in, I'm going to ask you an NBA question. Which, wow, Kirk talking NBA. Imagine that.
I know, right?
Kirky expanding your horizon.
Hold on. Let me guess. The Raptors.
No, actually, I won't give it away. Anyway, I do two things. Number one, next year I'm going to call in before the playoffs even start and give you my NHL final predictions.
Got to,
players. I mean, it's worth a shot, right? It doesn't happen every year, but it happens more than you would think. I didn't do it this year for some reason. I'm kicking myself. And just leave you with a little hockey fun fact. Best on best hockey in the last 20 years was obviously the Olympics from 2002 to 2014. And there were 8 gold medals handed out in hockey, in men's and women's hockey. Anybody want to take a guess how many Canada won?
8 gold medals?
7.
I would say
7.
8.
Somebody said 7, and 7 is correct.
I am on fire!
Just no Stanley Cups, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a hit me where it hurts there, buddy. Yes,
well, I mean, look, some things are out of control. Not the organization, but it's kind of a weird thing to look at and say, all right, this team professionally, where you have a draft, is from here. It's kind of that's why sometimes I wish. It would be like, hey, guess what? This is the Arizona Diamondbacks. These are all the professional baseball players out of Arizona.
Kirk, don't let David hurt you, all right? You're in the trust tree.
I'm not hurting anybody.
You're in the trust tree over here,
Kirk.
and you're safe under this.
I want to come to Toronto, man.
You're safe under this.
Come hang out.
You vaccinated?
Huh?
Are you quadruple vaccinated?
David, I live about 2,000 kilometers from Toronto.
What is that, Nova Scotia?
Yeah, I live in New Brunswick, which is pretty close to Nova Scotia. Yeah.
Look at that.
That's right,
really getting the geography figured
that's
out.
Right by
We already knew where
Mexico.
Kirk lived. Let's don't act like we don't. We got a skyhook.
That's exactly right.
A lot of French people. Jake, there's a lot of French people up here, so you'd fit in great, buddy.
The hammer to the nail.
Thank you, Kirk.
The hammer to the nail.
All right, Kirk, just remember, look to the sky, scream skyhook, and we're there.
Absolutely.
All right, boys, we got a couple Pongo situations here. Thanks, Kirk. We got a Pongo alert.
Pongo.
We got Crash in Georgia here. What's going on, Crash?
Oh, God, the numbers.
The numbers are everywhere, and the letters, and the colors.
Yes. I love it, Crash. Crash into me.
Anyway, I'm calling in for talk about something else. My favorite sport that I grew up playing, even played while I was in college before men's league. Can commercials please stop running baseball? I mean, this is absolutely horrible. You can't even watch a game. Can we just go to the Masters? How they did it, revolutionized golf, where you have one advertiser for an inning and then do another advertiser for an inning and just leave the commercials out. I mean, I'm too young to be falling asleep in the third inning.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Guys, let me ask you this. What if they did like the split screen, right? Where they're showing the action of not the actual, pitch by pitch, because they're showing that, but like the pitcher warming up and stuff like that, or maybe a shot of the bullpen on one split screen and on the other screen there's the commercial going on. Would that keep your interest going? Or you know what? Here's what they'll do. Put a clock on it, all right? Or maybe, make the bases even bigger. What about that, Crash?
I think the more they mess with the 3-6-9s, the more they screw up.
That's exactly right.
Do you, Crash, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this real quick, Crash. Commercials, one, are ruining not only baseball, but ruining a lot of sports, in my opinion. But I think baseball is ruining baseball more than the commercials. I mean, I think the clock has been the worst thing to happen in baseball since I don't know how long. The bases, I don't mind. I don't mind the bases being bigger from a stealing standpoint.
I just think it's stupid.
And I don't want to give, as a first baseman myself, there's nothing more that pisses me off more when some guy's out just running as fast as he can to first base and he spikes me in the back of the heel. Can you imagine losing a franchise player?
They were doing that on purpose, though.
Yeah, I know.
So
yeah, I know. But now there's no excuse.
The base is bigger.
Now there's no excuse. The base is bigger. I don't mind. But the pitch clock right now, I think, is detrimental to the game of baseball.
I don't know about that.
I think it is
detrimental.
I think it is.
I knew you'd eventually see it.
It's speeding hitters up. It's a routine as a hitter you get in. It's speeding pitchers up. Pitchers hate it. Coaches hate it. Hitters hate it. The people who are watching the game who hate it. So tell me who likes it.
Yeah. The 13-year-olds on TikTok.
Crash doesn't.
Yeah, I know you don't, Crash, because you're a smart man. You see the numbers.
No one likes it. It's dumb. Baseball's rhythm. I mean, you have the same.
It's like golf.
The same vibes, the same rhythm, stance you get in every single time since you're probably about age 5 or 6, whenever you start playing baseball. It's the same thing. You throw that off the clock, you're just throwing everything off.
I agree.
The problem is they're not marketing the players, and they don't understand young kids. So I got kids, and they love college baseball. But guess what? You can't find college baseball, and I don't know how to surf ESPN3 or whatever the heck they're putting it on. I mean, it's ridiculous. And college baseball is exciting. Like, these kids love their school. I mean, it is a better product by far than Major League Baseball. And ESPN, or that the Devil's Mouse, wants to do everything they can to just bury.
They'd rather show you the WNBA than the College World Series.
Of course, it doesn't make any sense, and it's the same as softball. I've come to respect softball, but I mean, show me some college baseball, and why not? And why are the leagues allowing just to have a monopoly? But I'm talking about college, like the SEC, the Big Ten, allowing TV to have a monopoly on their product when they could say, hey, we're going to set up some streaming rights. Back in 2003 when everybody realized that things were going to go to streaming on demand, maybe they should have said, hey, we're going to take our product and make it on demand, all the games. ESPN, we'll lease it out to you, or whoever, whatever group, we'll lease it out to you, but we're going to keep our games, in a video library. We're selling for $9.99 or, $14.99 or whatever, can have a month and watch everything.
Yeah, I think we're headed that way, Crash. I think we're headed that way. I think you saw a little bit of that with what's going on with the Phoenix Suns, too. I think we are heading that way because people are still cutting cable, man. I mean, they're cutting it more and more every year. I think you're looking at the NFL and kind of how they're doing it a little bit. You're seeing them branch off. But nah, man, great call, Crash. It's always great, buddy. I'll see you in the Twitterverse.
All right, let's go to Steve in Ohio. Double Pongo situation here. Pongo. Steve, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, Steve. What's up, man?
All right, who's ready to play Who Did What?
Let's do it.
All right, I'm going to give you 4 stats and name 3 players. One of the stats will apply to all 3 players.
Okay.
The other 3 stats will apply to 1 player each.
Gotcha.
All right. To win the game, you need to go 4 for 4 without using electronic devices.
Okay.
You can talk amongst yourselves and come up with a collective answer. After your answer, I will let you know how many you have correct. If you are not 4 for 4, then you'll have one more chance to change your answers.
Let's do it.
All right. All of these stats are from the 2015 MLB season.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn the computer on in my brain. All right.
I said don't use electronic devices.
I'm not a robot.
All right. First stat is a batting average of at least 320.
Okay.
Second is over 40 home runs.
Okay.
The third is at least 110 RBIs.
Okay.
And the fourth stat is over 600 at-bats.
All right. Did you say, how many home runs did he say?
Over 40.
Over 40.
Over 40.
Okay.
The players are Bryce Harper, Paul Goldschmidt, and Xander Bogaerts. Now, who did what?
Okay. I am going to say, this is Jake here, I believe Xander Bogaerts led off, man.
Yeah, I think Xander with a batting average.
Well, I think it's at bats. Because I think
Okay.
he led off.
Yeah.
I think Xander Bogaerts with the at-bats.
Goldschmidt probably hit 40 home runs, right?
Goldschmidt hit 40.
So Xander with the at-bats, Goldschmidt with the homers, and Bryce with the RBIs. Feels right.
But see, remember, it batting at least 320. There's one that applies to one of them. I'm going to go at bats with Xander Bogaerts.
Okay.
All right. And the other one, Steve, if I'm correct on the rules, apply to all of them, correct?
No, only one of them applies to all three.
Yeah.
Only one of them applies to all three. I'm going to say the one that applies to all three is... God, I don't think Bryce Harper hit 320.
What is it, Paulie?
I'm wondering if it's the 110 RBIs, but I don't think Xander had 110 RBIs. So I'm going to say Xander didn't hit 40 home runs.
I'd say Paul Goldschmidt.
Is it 600 at-bats that apply to all of them? Is it 600 at-bats that apply to all of them?
Goldschmidt bats what, third?
Third?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say the 600 at-bats applies to all of them. I'm going to say that Goldie hit 40 home runs.
Bryce, the RBIs.
Bryce with the RBIs. And Xander Bogaerts hit 320.
All right, let's do it.
There we go.
All right, you guys are 0 for 4.
Oh, God, Steve!
Steve, you said that with such enthusiasm.
No.
Hold on, let me get the knife out of my bag. What was it?
Okay, you guys don't want to have another chance to answer, or?
No,
Tell me. I got to know the answer to this, Steve.
Okay, Bryce Harper hit 330.
Really?
He had 42 home runs, 99 RBIs, and 521 at-bats.
Okay, so it was right on the at-bats.
Paul Goldschmidt had hit 321. He had 33 home runs and 110 RBIs with 567 at-bats. And then Xander Bogaerts hit 320, had 7 home runs, 81 RBIs, and 613
There was.
at-bats.
I was at first. I should have gone with my gut.
So
God.
all three were the batting average. Harper was the home runs, Goldschmidt was the RBIs, and Bogaerts was the at-bats.
Wow.
Tough one
What a
today.
season for
Steve,
them.
good one,
job,
man. Thank you,
Steve.
buddy.
Thank you,
You
Steve.
stumped us, bud.
All right, let's
Appreciate it,
let's
man.
rapid fire.
All right, let's go. Kyle in Austin, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
Howdy, y'all.
What up?
With the Longhorns not making it to Omaha this year in kind of heartbreaking fashion after Dylan Campbell's like bazooka throw to third and clutch late game hit, I wanted to know what y'all's most heartbreaking baseball story or play that you've seen.
That we've seen. I would say the most heartbreaking one that I saw was when the fan for the Cubs, Steve, whatever his name, caught that foul ball that Moises Alou could have caught to help the Cubs secure a chance to win the whole thing. Now, they ended up winning it eventually, but that fan base had waited like 106 years to win a World Series, and they loved their baseball there. That one was, that I saw live. Steve Bartman, that's who it was. That was the most heartbreaking play I've seen.
Baseball-wise, I don't know which one I've saw, but the one I've experienced was probably we were playing Russell County my junior year of high school. A kid who went to Coleman, he was at Coleman High School, ended up going to Auburn. I can't remember his name.
Pitcher, right?
Pitcher.
Keegan Thompson, yeah, he's with the Cubs.
Yeah. So I was up. We ended up winning the series, but I was up bottom of the 7th, runner on third, 2-2 count, and he K'd me with a 97 miles per hour fastball.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, that's just...
And I foul tipped it, and the catcher caught it.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
97.
I thought you were going to tell your high school story.
No, I thought he meant saw.
Okay,
like
he said
that we
experienced it saw, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I thought he said seen.
Tony?
I saw Michigan
No,
beat
it's either
Vanderbilt.
or.
I saw Michigan beat Vanderbilt in Game 1 of the College World Series, and then go back-to-back on losses to lose the thing. So
That's
true Michigan fashion.
Hey, don't do that to yourself.
Hey, look,
Don't do that to yourself.
look.
No one brought up
That was
Nobody
who was
brought
that? Who was that was throwing for Vanderbilt then? Kumar
Rocker.
Kumar Rocker.
He's. I know there was some kind of. There was an interesting thing with his arm.
Speaking of Kumar Rocker, he's a Rangers pitcher. So
yeah,
there you go. How's that?
You see that? We got the pennant up there. We got the shirt back here.
Yeah, but this is slowly turning into a Texas Ranger show.
Love it.
Yeah, Cone's doing well.
Yeah, all
appreciate it, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks, man.
Thanks,
all right, let's go to Jess in Lubbock. What's going on, Tumbleweed?
Hey, good morning, boys. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I have a couple of things. One is I just saw the Yes and No show with Noel, and it was worth seeing. You absolutely dwarf Noel.
Yeah, it looked like when Gandalf shows up to the Shire in the first Lord of the Rings, and like you see the difference in size.
It was like, I was just like, just agree with him, Michael. Just agree with David.
Yes.
No, speaking of, I'm trying to find ways to entertain myself while I wait for college football and college basketball.
You too.
So I have a face-off for you.
Yes.
Jake, you do a great job on leading into the sponsor little break that you do.
Thank you.
But so does Michael. Michael's pretty slick. I think you need to either have a face-off or you need to have a poll on who does it best.
Let's do a face-off. We need to do a face-off. Best segues into the sponsor. You know who wins? Everybody. The sponsors.
Yeah.
Us. I'd like to see that. You know, we go about it a little bit different ways, but I feel like I got my, excuse me, as I choke to death live on air. I feel like I got Michael beat.
If you like our content with Michael Knowles, stay tuned.
Yeah, we got something dropping too. And hey, what did you think about my Texas Tech over Oregon prediction yesterday, huh?
Well, I mean, come on, simple. Of course. And I think you're all right about Texas coming into SEC. I think they'll be good, but I also think they're going to have a big wake-up call on they are not the big dog in town anymore.
Yeah, it just means more and everything's bigger collides together. We're going to
They'll get used to it. It's going to take a couple of years.
It's always great to hear from you.
Thank you, Jess.
Same here. I'm waiting for that face-off.
Okay,
Yes,
we'll
ma'am.
make it happen.
Thanks so much for calling in.
Make it happen.
Talk to you soon. All right, one more. Let's get to Cody in Illinois. Cody, what's going on?
Cody.
All right, who's ready to play Guess That Franchise?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, I will be reading you guys a series of clues about a specific professional franchise, and you guys are going to tell me what franchise it is. And once again, I will ask you guys not to use any electronic devices.
Okay, gotcha.
Really demanding of you, Cody, and I can't lie.
All right, first year played, 1949.
Oh,
Major
God.
relocations and name changes. So there have been 3 relocations and 1 minor name change in their third year.
Okay.
They did not play in a precursor league. They've played in 4 championships and won 1, and they've had 2 league MVPs.
Oh, God.
And this
1949.
Do we know what sport?
Since we're short on time, I'll give you the sport. It's the NBA.
The NBA, okay. NBA.
49.
2 MVPs and 1 championship.
And they're still playing. They've had 3 major relocations. Wait a minute. No, it's not the Nuggets.
They used to be something else?
I'm trying to think.
Denver?
I don't think that franchise was started in 49.
2 MVPs, but he said they played in how many championships?
4, so it's not them. They've played in 4. It is going to be the dadgummit.
I don't know what team that
Rockets.
Is it the Rockets?
It'll-
No.
Did the Rockets win when Jordan retired in the middle and then
With
Hakeem
The Rockets
Olajuwon
gotta
get
have
MVP?
one, right? Or not?
The Rockets won 2 there in the 90s.
They won back-to-back.
All right, give me the 76ers.
So the championships and the league MVPs, all this was in the 50s. They had one of the league's first stars, and they haven't done much since.
Ooh, okay.
And they've been in their location for about 50 years, a little over 50 years.
Who's
so all
that?
the relocations were prior to that.
Okay. What about the Kings? What
It
do you
is
think
not
about-
the Kings.
Cody. One guess from each
What
of
did you say? The 76ers?
Yeah, but I'm wrong. Embiid won MVP this year.
Gotcha.
God.
It's hard. It's probably the Nets.
Can I get 2 guesses?
Go ahead.
The Thunder.
No.
The Bucks.
No.
Damn it.
The Thunder was...
One of the league's
The
original
Raptors?
stars was
I was
Bob
thinking
Pettit
Raptors,
with
but who is
the Atlanta Hawks.
It was
So,
the Atlanta Hawks?
Yeah, it's the Atlanta Hawks.
God,
They
man,
were
I was
originally the
thinking about
Toronto
that,
Blackhawks.
man.
Then they were the Milwaukee Hawks, and the St. Louis Hawks, and now they're the Atlanta Hawks.
Cody, you got us on that one, buddy.
When was their championship and who were their MVPs?
All the 4 championships and the MVPs, all that stuff, that was in the 1950s.
That's probably like Slick Willie Johnston.
Yeah.
Cody, well done. We got stumped.
Well done.
today.
Hey, do we got an update on stats for David Cohn?
That'll be next week.
Next week.
Next week.
Okay,
All
next
right.
week. 2-0. People are feeling good about it. Cody, thanks, buddy.
All right.
All right. You too. I'm headed over the board of Extreme Justice.
Love it. Thank y'all for
Friendship,
calling
life,
in.
love.
Really, Jack, Spy Guy, all the rest on here. Y'all call in next
Yes,
week.
Thanks for calling in. And hey, I know we're not going to be live for this, but all the fathers out there, have a great Father's Day.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Have a
Good
great.
call.
All right. I'm not close enough to the board to read that, so you know we put out the Booster Club bets, and we're counting y'all's bets. Like ours, the Booster Club is in plus money.
Come on, let's go.
We have
y'all.
almost 700 bets. We want to have over that. We had about 1,000 last month. We're on pace to absolutely slaughter that this month.
Keep it
I
up.
want 2,000. I'm raising the stakes.
Wow.
So tell a friend to tell a friend. All right, I'm raising the stakes like a good cattle farmer. Hey, read that. Read the top 10 real quick.
Okay, we got Dr. Funkenstein, 12-2.
Funkenstein.
Win 21-44, 12-3. Sister Riggs, what's up, Queen?
Look at her.
10-3. Zachary Jerome, 8-3. Sharber, 10-5. JPO Brian, 9-5, 9-4. Cody Nason, 95, 10-5. Cigars Are Life, 9-5. Ryan Gade, 9-6. And JJJBBB, 2-3, 8-6.
All right, Bri Ganser, our winner of the first month. Like I said, your shirt's in the mail.
Shirt's here, bud.
It's here, buddy. So tonight, bets. Like I said, I'm screwing the team this month. Had a great month last month. Came back and won. Everybody's still talking about it. Some consider it the greatest comeback of all time. I'm not going to opine on it.
mentioned it.
Some people
no one said
consider
one
it
talk.
the greatest
Not
comeback
one
of all
person
time.
has said one
A lot of
thing
people
about
are talking about it.
Yeah, we're focused on last month.
A lot of people. No, a lot of people.
There you
Well,
go.
that's all I
Middle
got
of
right
June.
now.
Come on.
Middle of June.
It's not going great this month for me, but right now is when we turn it around. So, college baseball, please, dear 8-pound, 6-ounce. Here we go. Give me TCU money line and the Florida Virginia under 10.5 at plus 178. And then give me Florida minus 1.5 at a dirty plus 130.
They got Virginia today, correct?
They do. They have Virginia. All right.
What'd you have, Florida?
Got Florida, or TCU money line, and Florida Virginia under 10.5 is my first bet. And then Florida minus 1.5. That's going off at a very, very dirty plus 130.
Yep, I'll take Florida money line minus 135 and TCU money line minus 175. Should be an exciting weekend of college baseball.
Yes.
I can't wait. Matt Olson, you beautiful man. Yesterday dropped a 456-foot bomb in the
He
seventh.
absolutely murdered that.
All right, so, in my head I was thinking, all right, so I went with Matt because I always go with Acuna. Right, so now since I went with Matt, what do I do now?
You go back?
I go with Acuna.
Yeah.
Right? So Acuna tank, all right? I think it's going to be
Acuna
first
Pitana?
at-bat. First at-bat for Acuna.
Well, hold on, but that's not the bet, though. You're just saying that's when it's going to happen.
Thank you. Yes, I know. Acuna's hitting a home run, first at bat. All right.
You take
And
a
then
lot of-
Braves money line, okay, plus 431. I'm going to go back to the Astros, who let me down yesterday against the Nationals. Lost 4-1 on the road in the 10th, grow up. Minus 1.5, that's plus 112.
All right. Ace Cone leading the month. Barely. He's going Marlins money line at minus 180 and Rays money line at minus 120. He hits
Ace
both of
can
those.
beat his ass.
That's a unit up. Ace continues to be consistent. He's just always there. It's like when David goes home. All right, donations.
Yeah, I got to get to these. We don't have much
Hit 'em.
time. Turtle, what's up, brother? Y'all did good last night. And go Jags. Let's go to Mike RFF Lifestyle, $5 donation. Jake, do you need a shovel?
Oh, no.
You keep digging yourself a hole, Frenchie. Let's go to Charles Dawsett, $20 donation. Jake eats at Applebee's in America, then complains that French food is better. Outside the bread, French food is mid. Can we check Jake for an implant and fashion? Jake was checking out clothes. What's wrong with him? All right. Chris P. Bacon, $5 donation. Chris, I don't know where your comment went under it, but thank you for the donation, brother. I will try to find that. Let's go to David S., $10 donation. David, thank you. Happy early Father's Day, fellas. Jake and Blaine, I know it's a bittersweet one for you guys, but I hope the good times you'll have with your dad.
You too, David.
Give you peace. Thank you, David. I appreciate it, brother. Let's go to, there you are, Chris P. with a $5 donation. I know I'm late to the conversation, but you think Gronkowski is a Hall of Famer or no because of the amount of injuries?
Yes, I think he's a Hall of Famer.
He is.
All right, Cole Frink, $2 donation. I want to hear what Jake had to say. Hashtag Trader Jake. I don't know what you were talking about at the.
Yeah, I'm not a traitor, Cole.
Yeah,
I'm not a traitor.
All right, let's go to Joseph Lavelle, $5 donation. It's Joseph, damn it. It's time for Blade to read hockey names.
Hey, we're going to do that next week. All right, we've compiled a list. We checked it twice.
Okay, I'm going to try and read these real quick because he donated.
He put on. Go ahead.
Yeah, but Shane got us be here.
You gotta be here, bro.
Gergensons, Nicholas Hajala Morasan, Alex Dimpercat, Igor Igor Sokolovov, and Tim Stutzel-Cecil. All right, Paul.
That's so good, dude. We have to do that
Paul.
Monday. We had to. PJ, we have to.
All right, who lies more, men or women?
Men.
Well, you put woman.
What is that?
Yeah, what is that?
Who lies more?
Say? What would you
men or women?
Men, 58%.
I'm going to say they said women, 57%.
Women, 62%. Men, 38%. Surprise, surprise. Blaine's right again.
All right, great job, Booster Club.
That's fine. Y'all have a great weekend.
Hold on. Yeah, we need to play that under
hold on.
graphic.
Hit it.
Yeah, he tried to get out of here.
Hit it. That's right. It's trash. Yes, the under hit. Thank you, guys. Great week. Make sure you join us Monday. Got some big time guests. Have a great Father's Day. And for the fathers that are in their kids' lives, and we don't have enough. We got a very bad absentee father situation right now in the United States. The nuclear family is the best family, and we really, really appreciate you guys. Make sure you subscribe, like, hit all that stuff, and like the chances of anyone but TCU winning the College World Series.
No.
We're going, gone.